I want to show you a few things about how Realm, our online communications tool here at Grace Community Church, can be helpful to you as a group leader. Realm is how many people in the church give. With their giving, it's our online church directory, but it's also got some helpful things, especially for a group leader, that I think would be useful for almost all the groups to use. So a lot of it is just diving in and getting used to it. So if you've never logged into Realm before, the best way to start is go to a web browser and go to onrealm.org. onrealm.org on a computer, laptop, and log into the website. Now, there is an app that comes on Android and iPhone, and it can do most of the things you can do on the website. But if you ever have trouble finding the thing you're trying to do, just go to the website and it's all right there. So I want to show you a few things in Realm that are helpful for a group leader. So how to get there, you simply go to onrealm.org and log in, and then you'll have this area where you have groups right here, and you just scroll to the group that you're leading. If you don't have a group, email me and I'll create one for you. And then once you're in, you want to define who's in your group. So if you go to the participants area, if you click on that, you'll have a manage participants button. Participants who are not leaders don't have that, but if you're a leader in that group, you get that button. So click on manage participants, and this is where you can add and remove people in your groups. You have people that aren't coming anymore, you can remove them. If you have people that are coming a lot, you can add them. So this is where you can click add a person, and like I can add someone to my group by searching for them in the database. If they are in the database, you'll see them pop up right here. Like Ruthie's, my daughter, she's in our church database. I can check box and add her just like that. If they are not in the database, so say you put in Napoleon Bonaparte wants to come visit your group, notice they're not there. Well, you still have an add profiles option. If you click add profiles, you can add them, including their email and that information, whatever you have of theirs, you can add in here and it will add them to your group. They do not have to have a login to Realm to receive your communications. You just have to have their email, and if you plug it in there, if you post to your group, they're going to get it. So this is how you can manage who is in your group. I do this every once in a while where I go through and I remove people that have stopped coming, and then I make sure to always add people that are there. The second thing you want to do is check on events. So if you go to your events, these are when your group meets and where it meets. So if you need help creating these, just shoot me an email saying, here's my events for the semester, and you can have me create them, or you can create them right here. If you click add event, it'll ask you what the group name is for that event, and you'll say small group meeting or life group meeting. You can describe it. Check make this a primary. That means it's going to be the one that people see when they're saying, when does your group meet? You put the next date of it. So let's say you're meeting on March 3rd or whenever you want to say. You give it a time. And then this repeat is very helpful. If you have a group that meets every week, go ahead and put in weekly there, and you don't have to create one each week. Just put in weekly, and that's a great way to do it. It has every 2 weeks. Also has custom. If you want to meet for 3 weeks and off a week, all those are available for you. It'll ask you where you want to meet. You can say it's someone's house. And you can plug in, it'll be at my house. And there we go. You go through and you can, down at the bottom, I have this option where you can share on the newsfeed or don't. I think you guys probably don't have that option. So if you ever see share on newsfeed, it's going to send an email to everyone about the event you're creating. So if it's a one-time thing, probably easy. But if you're doing a bunch of events, probably emailing those to me will help not annoy the people in your group. So that's how you create events. Another real helpful thing is communication within a group. So if you go to communication inside that group again, you're going to see a button that says send communication. So this blue rectangle, once you click on it, you're going to get a couple of options. We already talked about the create event option. Click that and set your events for the group or a party. Make sure everyone knows when it starts and ends and where to go. The send a message button is going to be different than create a post. They're similar, but they're different. So I want to walk through them one at a time. Create a post is what most people will want to use when saying, here's the prayer request for the week, here's the notes for the week, I hope to see you guys there. When you click on that create a post, it's going to look like an email, give you a subject, it'll give you something to say, and you can put in here, hi everyone. And if you click post, it will send an email to everyone in the group and post it in the news feed here. You can notice you can attach files. You can even, if you want to be super fancy, You can go to a Google Doc, create your pictures and text, everything, and you can paste it in here, and the pictures and all that will travel into this post. So that's a cool little trick. But anyways, this is how you create your post for the group saying, hey, I'm meeting in a couple days. Looking forward to seeing you guys. See you in a couple days, right? Hit post. It sends an email. Sometimes you may want to say something that doesn't allow comments. Almost everything I send, I allow comments. I want to know if people are going to, respond to me. Send notifications. You definitely want to send those push notification devices. So that's the normal way to send a thing out. Now, I want to talk about this compose your message option. So this is a little different in that it doesn't save the post like here, but it does give you some extra things. So this is very much like a one-time email. Like let's say you're planning a birthday party for somebody in the group. You can go in and you can click this message specific people button, and you can take somebody out of that group. You can say, I don't want them, and I don't want them to receive this. And this is the email for everyone else. And you can send that message, and it will send an email to everyone in the group. It won't show up in the news feed, but it'll send a message over in the group. But here is where it's also neat, is if you have texting turned on, it can send a text to the group. So for my group, I don't have texting turned on. See, it says reply options here, sender only. You can also have people reply all to the email. Those are some different email options there. I'll show you what it looks like if you have texting turned on. So I'm going to go down to a group that has texting turned on, like my basketball group. So go into here, send communication, and I'm going to send a message. And notice I have a text message preview pops up right there. If you see that, when you hit send, it's going to send a text that says this to everyone in the group. And you can say, love to see you guys tomorrow. And look, it auto-populates that text with a brief text message preview of what my message is. So if you have a quick, hey guys, reminder thing you want to send out, like a Zoom link or whatever, you can do that right here. And if you do not have texting turned on for your group, let me know, and I'll get it turned on for you. So that's how messaging works. You can compose your message. That's like a one-time email. You can create a post. That's where you can go through and you can scroll through all the previous posts for that group. So that's kind of how that works. I'd ignore the chat session. I think chat is not helpful in Realm, so I think I would just ignore that. Another very helpful thing is just people's phone numbers. So if you go to your participants, you can go and click on any of them, and you can get their phone numbers, and you can get information about them from inside of Realm. So that's a helpful thing as well. So I've kind of covered all that. So we've got participants done, communications done. I want to cover attendance just for a minute. If you want to, you can go and take attendance in this. It lets me know who's coming to your group, and I can go and kind of keep track of where people are connecting and where they're dropping out. It also helps you know, because you can go back into there and run a quick report and know who's been missing for a certain period of time. So that's a helpful reminder thing. If you want me to show you how to do more of that, I can, but I just want to show you how to mark attendance. Is you go into the group, you have to have a past event to mark attendance. So notice how I click on that, and it'll take me to that event, and then I can simply checkbox who was there, and I'm done. So that's a very easy way to mark attendance for an event, is you just click on it, checkbox it, and you're done. And then you can do that and go back and look and see who else was there. I want to show you one other thing that's very helpful, and that is the group details button. So I'm going to go back to my Chevron group here. And I'm going to go click on this triple dot and go to group settings. So in here you see this description. We are a cross-generational group. We actually are doing the book of James this spring, so I'm going to update that. As a Gray Flag group, we support some people, and you can put which overseas workers you support in there, and that's where you can update all that. And if you hit save, that immediately shows that on the Find Groups area of the website. So you can keep that group settings updated with what your group is studying and who you're supporting. Another helpful thing is notification settings. If anyone's wondering, hey, I don't get emails or I want more emails, if you go into your group in Realm, you can control how many emails you get or don't get from a particular group. So for example, I have it set where I get an email when somebody posts to the group, but I do not get an email each time they reply. If I wanted an email each time they replied, I'd hit that checkbox. And now I get an email each time someone replies to my messages in my Chevron Life group. You can do that for any group in Realm. You get to decide. So those are some helpful features in Realm. Notice I was doing a lot of that on the website. As I said, you can do a large chunk of this on the app, but you can't do everything. So if you're having trouble, just start with the website and see if that works. If you're looking for the apps, you can go to gracearlington.com/realm, and you're going to see info on the apps, or you can just simply search the Google Play Store or the App Store, and you can find the apps there. So any other questions, let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon.